Hello again, everyone. It's Dwayne. It is Wednesday, the day after Super Tuesday, and it's time for another edition of One Man's Opinion. No surprise last night, Donald Trump. The Trump train keeps rolling on, folks. He didn't sweep, but he damn near did. He lost 4 of the states he was competing in last night. Uh, Trump won Georgia, Vermont, Virginia, Tennessee, Alabama, Massachusetts. He also won Arkansas. Arkansas, I thought Cruz was probably going to edge out, but it was still close. But Trump edged Cruz out. Big surprise last night up in Vermont is the fact that that's up around Kasich County or country, I guess you could call it, and Kasich came in second to Donald Trump. Rubio came in third, Cruz fourth, and Ben Carson came in fifth up there. The big surprise for me was that Ted Cruz won 3 states. He won his home state of Texas with double digits, which he had to in order to win handily. He couldn't have done it in single digits because then it would have been a fluke, at least according to the pundits out there. Ted Cruz won Oklahoma, which actually surprised me a little bit. I thought Trump would probably edge him out there, but Cruz edged Trump out, and Rubio came in a solid third, way back in the pack. What really surprised me about Cruz was the fact that he won Alaska. Now, Alaska is the home of Sarah Palin, who endorsed Donald Trump. Donald Trump came in second. Now, it wasn't a big difference in the vote, but Cruz edged him out. So apparently, the people of Alaska are still iffy about Donald Trump, or they're just anti Sarah Palin, some of them. Now, before anyone says that I'm anti Sarah Palin, I started out doing this show really back 2008, 2009 with Palin Promotions. I didn't actually start doing this on my own until September of 2011. It's gone through several incarnations since then, you know, but I will never down talk Sarah Palin because I love Sarah Palin. She's a good American. Whether you like her or not is entirely up to you, but I like her. Okay, big surprise last night was Marco Rubio actually won a state. He took Minnesota. I shouldn't really be surprised because the people of Minnesota voted for Jesse Ventura, okay? Um, and they also voted for Bernie Sanders in Minnesota, which tells you that the Kook Burger group is alive up there. Oh, Lord. On the Democrat side, no surprise, Hillary Clinton won virtually everything except for Vermont, which is the home state of Bernie Sanders. Colonel Sanders, I can't help it. I have to call him that every once in a while. Basically took 90% of the vote in Vermont, which was no surprise. We knew he was going to win big in his home state. And of course, he won Minnesota, like I said, which was kind of not really so much a surprise, just kind of like, yeah, okay, I could see it. What surprised me is Bernie Sanders won Oklahoma. I didn't know that Oklahoma was a hotbed of socialist communist loonfish, but apparently it is. But on the other hand, they voted for Ted Cruz, so the state is just completely screwed up, okay? I visited there one time. One time. Yeah, okay. My wife actually lived in Oklahoma for a few years, and I think she's glad to get out of there. That's just my opinion. I could be right. All right. So, anyway, I got the count here for the delegates. As of right now, today, Donald Trump has 319 delegates. There's no super delegates for the Republicans. Ted Cruz has got 226, so he's under 100 from being, right there. Coming in third, Marco Rubio with 110, so he's 116 down from second place and 209 from first. And he thinks he's got a shot at winning. John Kasich, who came in second in Vermont, now has 25 delegates, which officially makes him uh, eligible for, I guess, a senior discount at Starbucks or something. I'm not really sure. And Ben Carson, bless his heart, wound up with 8. On the Democrat side, Hillary Clinton's got 577 delegates plus 457 super delegates, giving her a grand total of 1,034. Colonel Bernie Sanders, I can't help it, has 386 plus 22 super delegates, giving him a total of 408. And he should get the senior citizen discount at Ben and Jerry's. All right. Ben Carson, today, in fact, stated that he will not be in tomorrow's Fox debate, but Donald Trump will be, regardless whether Megyn Kelly's there or not. Should be an interesting night. I think Ben Carson, after basically coming in fifth on almost every uh, one of the states last night, saw that he's done. He didn't pull out of the race, but he said he is going to be at CPAC. Now, if he stays in the race, all he's doing at this point is hurting himself. And his 8 delegates will mean absolutely nothing in the grand scheme of things. I'm hoping that he will leave the race with dignity. I like Ben Carson. He's a good man. I had higher hopes, higher aspirations for him. They didn't pan out, but he's still a good man and a good Christian. And that right there is the key. Now, the rumor mill today, Thursday, Mitt Romney is going to make a major announcement. The rumor mill has it that Mitt Romney is going to jump into the Republican race. Now that he's missed 10 plus tomorrow's debates, he's not a very good debater, maybe a master debater, but if he gets in, good for him. I mean, honestly, he sucked swamp water back in 2012. He couldn't stand up to Obama or Candy Crowley, who lied. I mean, literally lied, and he didn't do anything to say otherwise. He let it go. He was, you know, taking the high ground. And he proved that he is a loser. So let him jump in. He's not going to take any votes away from Trump or Cruz, I can tell you. The only thing he's going to do is hurt Rubio and Kasich and hurt himself and what's left of the GOP. The GOP's dead as far as I'm concerned. I've left the GOP. I mean, I'm a registered Republican because I have to be in the state of Kentucky. Otherwise, I don't get to vote in the primary. But I can tell you right now, if and I'm actually going to see if I can get that changed because we have a Republican governor now. We might be able to get it changed where independents can vote. At that point, I will get out of the Republican Party because the Republican Party has left me just like the Democrat Party left me a long time ago. The Democrats and the Republicans are two sides of the same coin that should have been taken out of circulation a very, very long time ago. I've said that before, and I'll keep saying it until somebody actually listens. There's no difference between the Democrats and the Republicans except for one thing. The Democrats will shove shit down your throat and say, you're going to like this. Whereas the Republicans will spoon feed you with a little bit of sugar and go, see, it's not so bad. Because they're both going to the same point, and that is the ultimate control over your life from cradle to the grave. Just one wants to get there faster than the other. and you've got a bunch of GOP elitist rhinos, if you will, Mitch McConnell being one of them, that they keep winning elections because there's no other choice. You know, you either vote for them or you vote for a Democrat that's going to be worse than they are. But at this point, I mean, McConnell might as well be a Democrat. He acts like one, except during the elections, he gets up there and talks about how conservative he is until he wins, and then he goes back to his old. Anyway, I don't want to get into that conversation. But anyway, if Mitt Romney gets into the race Thursday, we'll talk about that on Sunday. All right. While I've got some time here, there was a little story today on Facebook from Breitbart. Crystal lays out strategy to give White House to Hillary. Trump shouldn't win. And the story itself, I'll read a couple of things here real quick. In order to defeat Donald Trump, the Weekly Standard's Bill Kristol admits that he's prepared to hand Hillary Clinton the Oval Office. On Wednesday's Morning Joe, the Republican establishment leader laid out his plot to deprive Trump of the 50% of delegates necessary to secure the nomination. From there, the idea is to go to a brokered convention, which we've talked about on this show several times, and cut a kamikaze deal that awards enough delegates to an acceptable candidate who will have won far fewer votes, states, and delegates than Trump. So I reposted this and I've put Crystal is no conservative in quotes. If he's going to pull for Hillary, if Trump wins the nomination, then he's a traitor to the conservative movement, and his rag, the Weekly Standard, should be closed down. Because of that, one of my supposed Facebook friends, someone who begged me 5 years ago to friend her, sent me this message, and I quote, Dwayne, do you ever read facts? Hillary is beating Trump and Sanders is beating Trump. Both Rubio and Cruz are ahead of Hillary. Crystal is a lot smarter than you. So after reading it and thinking of several things that I could have said to her, I just replied, insulting my intelligence because I have an opinion? Question mark. Bye-bye. And I unfriended her. I've been noticing here lately a lot of the Trumpsters out there, and I've got several Trump supporters on my Facebook friends list, are having to do a lot of this too with trolls and everything else. They're having to block and unfriend a lot of people because they're being assholes. There's no civility anymore in this country. We're seeing it not only as the nation, but we're seeing it as the party because the party's fractured, just like the Democrat Party is fractured. I didn't mean to jump in and do 3D on you there. The whole country's fractured. Why? Because of one person, and that is Barack Hussein Obama, who has divided this country up like no other person has been able to. He is going to be out of office soon. Hopefully, Hillary and Bernie Sanders will not be in the Oval Office. Hopefully, it will be Trump or Cruz. No Rubio, no Kasich, no Bushes, no Romneys. We need leadership in this country. That's something we desperately need. I am not a fan of Trump's, but I can tell you, if he is the nominee, I would vote for him. And I wouldn't have a problem doing it. If you don't like that, you can kiss my lily white you know what. My page is full of my opinion. This show is full of my opinion. If you don't like my opinion, like this woman, do the simple thing unfriend me, block me, whatever you want to do. But don't ever come on my page and insult my intelligence. You might find that I'm a hell of a lot smarter than you think. My time's up. I thank you for yours. We'll see you again on Sunday. Until then, later.